Hello, everyone, and welcome in to the Perennial. This time for our third quarterfinals matchup of the weekend in the winner's bracket here. It's Microwave Lobster versus PEKORA Lovers. The top seed out of qualifiers, number 1 in Microwave Lobster versus the 8th seed in PEKORA Lovers. My name is Dio. I'm going to be here with Demarsh once again for this winner's quarters matchup. Good afternoon, Demarsh.
Hello, Dio. It's it's good to be. I'm always up for a winners bracket match. You tend to have some of the stronger teams up here, and I think this one is quite the contest. Really, you've got top seed Microwave Lobster up against PEKORA Lovers. Both these teams very strong in their own right. PEKORA Lovers coming up against Tofu Gang last week had I'd say a fairly close match between the two of them. Whereas Microwave Lobster has been on the prowl, really, only losing 1 point so far in their first round match. So it should be interesting to see these two kind of clash, really.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking to PEKORA Lovers to kind of up the level of their game against this team, right? You have kind of comparing the round of 16 and round of 32 in qualifiers scores. It does look very, very good for Microwave Lobster, but there are a couple of places where I think PEKORA Lovers can really try to contest some points and make some headway into what Microwave Lobsters is good at, which is being good at everything. Right? Microwave Lobster, the first seed out of qualifiers for a reason, didn't really have any poor scores in qualifiers, but if you have to look at some places where they are maybe able to find some breaks, find some uncharacteristic misses. You're looking at places like No Mod 4, where it was very close in qualifiers. You're always looking at places like No Mod 1 and Hard Rock 1, your kind of RNG aim picks. You're looking for PEKORA Lovers specifically at places like Double Time 1 as well, where in qualifiers it was very close between those two teams, largely because some of the members of of Microwave Lobster were not able to find those full combos. So those are really the places where you're looking to try to get some points in against this team. And I think Microwave Lobster will probably end up banning out some of those maps as well, unless there are, particular picks that they really just don't want to play on this pool. Hidden 2 may be among those.
Yeah, I definitely think, especially in when I look at PEKORA Lovers like last weekend and stuff, their DT1 score was incredibly impressive, which shows that as the tournament is beginning to scale up in difficulty, they're not really running into that same issue that other teams are running into, where they find that they can't bring home 3 FCs on every single map. They're struggling. Some teams will struggle to bring home 1 FC, maybe 2. But again, Microwave Lobster also aren't struggling with that. Very good scores on maps like No Mod 5 and Hard Rock 1. So both teams really have their areas where every member of the team could bring home an FC. It'll be the team that is able to sniff out the other's weaknesses that will prevail on this one. And, I think that will be Microwave Lobster.
Well, Microwave Lobster, not really a team with too many weaknesses to point out in the first place, so it's definitely going to be on PEKORA Lovers to try to figure those out and make it work here for this matchup. Microwave Lobster can probably just look to ban, in response to the Hidden 2 ban, something that's a little bit RNG or that their members don't really feel too comfortable on with this map pool. Things like the No Mod 6, things like the No Mod 1 and Hard Rock 1 kind of come to mind for this team. They're going to have people who are good on No Mod 6, but they're also going to have people who aren't super comfortable on it compared to some of the other picks in this type of map pool. So I think that might be a solid place for them to look to. I'm going to be really interested to see kind of how speed maps go in this pool, because I think there's a very, very good chance that we see a lot of them. Players like Liver Russian, like Teachy, like Haga, like Red Pixel, and Gamer on the side of PEKORA lovers, Gamer 228666, right? All very, very good speed players. So I really want to see them pick into that type of map and play toward it a bit, because I think they have a very good chance of taking points off Microwave Lobster if they do find some underperformances. And that's despite the fact that Microwave Lobster has overall had a very good time on speed maps. PEKORA lovers, for example, 4-way full comboing Double Time 1 last weekend. 3-way full comboing DT3 last weekend, with their 4th score being an 850k. So, you know, this is a team absolutely with the potential to put up unbeatable scores on some of those double time picks. And that's really why I want to see them pick into it, so that when those types of scores happen, they are able to take advantage of it against this team.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor. You know, we're starting to see these bans come in. The first round of bans, I should say, because of course we do have that second round to come after the first 4 maps have been played. So they're up on the screen now. Hidden 2 and DT3 are the bans. Hidden 2 in most tournaments is a fairly common ban, depending on the side you're up against. Looking at the lineup for Microwave Lobster on a map like Hidden 2, not too surprised to see it banned. You know, you've got players like Malajewski, Arnold as well. But it's a really tricky lineup that isn't going to struggle with the scaling of hidden maps at all, probably throughout the entirety of the tournament. So if your team begins to struggle on those types of maps, it's a very sensible ban.
Definitely a solid ban from PEKORA lovers. I think with a roster that doesn't really want to pick into those hidden maps anyway. Certainly not super solid on some of the hidden ones in round of 32. Didn't even play hidden in round of 16. And it was certainly their worst mod category and their worst matchup among all the maps in qualifiers looking at those maps. So definitely a solid look to ban from them. Going to get into the first pick from PEKORA lovers, though. Definitely picking into the speed right off the back. Double Time 2 picked for them. Going to be a pretty solid speed roster from this team. Again, they have a Russian Gamer, Haga, and probably Red Pixel, yep, there to fill it out for them. Meanwhile, for Microwave Lobster, I think a speed roster that is definitely still competitive, but with Reedcat on this roster can be maybe a little bit abusable for PEKORA lovers. Bartek, Mathy, and Malashevsky, all completely competent and solid speed players in their own right. But with Reedcat there, obviously not known for the speed, but certainly can play it. I think accuracy is his biggest drawback on maps like this. So we'll see if that ends up mattering at all. It's going to definitely be dependent, though, on PEKORA lovers pulling out those full combos and being as solid as they were last round against this team.
Yeah, PEKORA lovers, they really got to step up to the plate. And, well, you've got players like Mathy on the side of Microwave Lobster. Mathy is on insane... He's on insane runs at the moment in tournaments. He's at a really high level at the moment. Showing great consistency at all levels. So I definitely see Matthew being a very sort of focal point of this Microwave Lobster team, being just that speed, that speed standalone player that is just always going to be in for this sort of thing. But so far, everyone off to a good start. As you mentioned, Reedcat struggling a little bit with the speed aspects of this. Bartek also having a couple of issues. This probably isn't the most ideal lineup I think I would expect to see from Microwave Lobster. You know, I'm surprised we don't see Arnold come in for this DT, but first break is actually going to come from PEKORA lovers in the form of Leva Russian, who finds the first break halfway through this map.
Yeah, first major break, as we do see Raid Cat on a reverse choke right now, but that's a miss within the first 100 combo, not really going to matter at all in comparison to, like you said, that break from Liver Russian. It's going to be matched over by the break from Bartek. Kaka trades it right back, though, and that does give, again, the combo lead over to Microwave Lobster. Gamer and Red Pixel contesting the full combos from Matthew and Malashevsky right now, as Liver Russian trailing behind the combo from Reed Cat, however, with much better accuracy, still on that 98%. So with Reed Cat missing there at the 2/3 mark, now combo lead back again to PEKORA lovers. And again, these maps are always going to be close, as is shown on this pick, but with the full combos still intact for Gamer and Red Pixel, and with Liver Russian still on that good supporting combo, accuracy across the board solid for PEKORA lovers as well in comparison to Microwave Lobster. These speed picks definitely hitting the mark for PEKORA lovers out of the gate so far. They're going to need to be able to finish it out, though. This is not a big score lead, and these full combos, if they do drop, could give the score back over to Microwave Lobster instantly. But I think at this point, with just a sliver of map left, they should be safe, and that is a successful first pick for PEKORA lovers into the first seed.
Yeah, I think the thing that really did the damage for Microwave Lobster there, outside of just the fact that they were breaks, is the players that broke were the ones that were the least comfortable on the map. Obviously you can see that from the accuracies that they put up. And that really hurt their team scores. Even though they had really high combos, close to halfway, if not through the entire map. With Reedcat just being able to pull 92% accuracy on that map, when he dropped his combo, he lost a massive amount of score. And I think that's what really did the damage for Microwave Lobster there. They just couldn't recover because the much more comfortable PEKORA lovers on that map were just able to pull through with their lineup. It's a good first point.
It definitely is. I think we're going to see a lot more speed in this matchup. I think we're probably going to see Double Time 1 get picked by PEKORA lovers next. And then Microwave Lobster will have their pick of the poisons between Nomad 5 and Double Time 4 in the next round of bans. So you can expect to see Double Time 1 get picked just because of how strong PEKORA lovers have been on that pick in previous weeks. I think it would be interesting for them to pick Double Time 4 or Nomad 5 first, especially given how close that map was, right? You bring the point up of, well, if Reedcat doesn't miss, his score goes up by quite a bit. The same is true for Bartek, who, as he said, missed on aim. Usually a pretty solid speed player there for them. So I think could be a lot better for Microwave Lobster on some of these other speed picks, especially if we see Arnold come into the fray on maps like Nomad 5, for which he already had practice during Coffee Hispanic when that map was released. So definitely I think, more tenuous point looking at either Nomad 5 or Double Time 4. That said, Microwave Lobster are going to be going into some of the more gimmicky, reading-intensive maps in this pool. They have a very, very good tech roster, a very, very good alt roster, a very good roster for both remaining hiddens, and for things like Hard Rock 2 and Hard Rock 3. And that is kind of where I expect them to pick, is into those really aim-focused, aim control-focused maps in either Nomad Hidden or Hard Rock. Things like Free Mod 3 also come to mind, but I think are less potent picks for them than things like this map, which are not necessarily focused on the finger control as much as they are on the slider aim and slider reading.
Yeah, it looks like people are still deciding on their lineups here, but I'm surprised of the crossover between some of the players remaining on the side of PEKORA lovers. Gamer, Lever Russian, and Red Pixel all choosing to stay in for this one. Whereas obviously you see a big shift in player choice for Microwave Lobster. Bartek and Reedcat staying in, and Badu and Malajewski coming in for this one. No, Malajewski was always there. I'm being dumb. Just Badu for this one. Got it right in the end. So we look to kick off the second map. First map pick for Microwave Lobster here. And they'll definitely be looking to get a point on the board. Early break there for Bartek, though. A little bit of adjustment issue on that slider. Shouldn't impact things too massively. And Microwave Lobster definitely the more comfortable team on tech at the moment. Even though they're behind in combo, as Miniwa finds a break. And Gamer Red Pixel double break, opening things up massively for Microwave Lobster. All of us just have one full combo remaining on Level Russian. As we get back into this, we have Miniwa who also found another break there. During that little intermission area. Everyone on Microwave Lobster still holding 3 full combos up against just Level Russian. And we're past the halfway point of the map now. And there goes Level Russian. Last full combo eliminated for PEKORA lovers. And there's a fairly slow section of this map, which is just going to allow the combos to build up quite nicely for Microwave Lobster. They are already 700k combo in the lead. And even though there is still over a quarter of the map left, there is not going to be a way for PEKORA lovers to get back into this. And 3 full combos all on the board for Microwave Lobster. There goes the dude, that's another full combo, but it really doesn't matter. You look at the score margin, it's well over 1 million points. Microwave Lobster just trying to cement just how strong they are on a pick like this. And they're going to do it with 2 full combos from Malajewski and Reedcat, making up the difference. And they take their first point very comfortably indeed.
Yeah, that is a really ridiculous score from Microwave Lobster on that map. 2 full combos, like you said, from Malashevsky and Reedcat, but then only 2 misses, 750k from Badu as well. Bartek with 550k, the bottom score for Microwave Lobster, still a better score than anybody on the side of PEKORA lovers on that map. So, yeah, pretty solid score for them overall. I think score to beat so far, if memory serves, from the rest of the weekend. So definitely looking very, very strong on that sort of map. And I think that's the kind of thing we're going to expect to see from this team on the rest of these picks as well. Things like the Nomad 3, the Hidden 3, the Hard Rock 3, the Hard Rock 2, right? Those kinds of very tricky sorts of maps that really do require a lot of aim control and consistency to do well on. PEKORA lovers, though, actually not going to be picking into Double Time 1, going to be picking into Nomad 5 instead, going for more of just the raw speed streams on this type of map. Not too much to say about this one. Pretty low circle size, around CS3, 3.5 or so. And 240 BPM bursts and streams. That's all there is with this map. You don't really have any aim strain or any finger control going on in this map. It is all burst and streams, and that's it.
Yeah, I think the way that this match looks to pan out, I expect until we get into that second ban phase and we really start to isolate, for Microwave Lobster, it'll be PEKORA's like speed lineups and speed rosters. And for PEKORA lovers, it'll be those more technical maps. I expect to almost just see a standard form of play here where every team, they still have a lot of picks up, so they're just going to pick what's comfortable for them, what they're strong on, what Microwave Lobster are going to struggle on, and vice versa. So it's going to be a very sort of, I'm expecting PEKORA lovers to take this pick and then Microwave Lobster to take their own pick. I don't think I'm expecting any sort of breakpoints here to really shake things up until we get to the second ban phase. But once we get through that, we'll start to see some interesting matchups, I think.
Yeah, I think after we get done with, like you said, all the speed maps and all the just raw tech maps in this pool, that's where we're going to start seeing some interesting picks, and where I think it's really going to be on PEKORA lovers to contest heavily the types of scores that you're going to see out of Microwave Lobster. I think this one weakness for this team against PEKORA lovers is that speed, and that is going to be abused for now. But once the abuse is done there, that's when the kind of all-round consistency for Microwave Lobster becomes a very potent weapon for them that they can use pretty easily against just about everybody, PEKORA lovers included. So with that said, let's get into this No Mod 5 pick. The Double Time 2 was relatively close in comparison to something like the No Mod 4 that we saw from Microwave Lobster. So PEKORA lovers can't really lay back with this pick. They have to be ready to go for this one. We do see a roster swap with Hitkill coming in for PEKORA lovers for Haga. Haga actually stepping out for this map and leaving Hitkill in. A couple of early breaks from a few different people. Hitkill and then Malashevsky and then Reedcat and then Leva Russian all breaking in that order. A bit of accuracy drops from the side of I'm a Fancy Lad on Microwave Lobster to come in for Bartek on this map. And Matthew dropping as well, so the whatever aim strain there is in this map actually getting the better of some of the speed players on this one. The full combos, however, intact for PEKORA lovers right now with Gamer and Red Pixel still holding those FCs. Fancy Lad, the only FC on the side of... Actually, that's no FCs alive for Microwave Lobster right now, as Fancy Lad on the reverse choke as well. But very, very close scores to FC on 3 members right now for them, so still relatively close overall combos, despite the fact that the only FCs are alive with PEKORA lovers at the moment.
Yeah, they're holding well, but they've really got to push through. Matthew actually, very surprisingly struggling as we see a break there from Leva Russian. Quite a big break, although Leva Russian's got very good accuracy, so that's going to offset it a little bit. Kind of the same with Matthew, still holding 99 accuracy. It's really those players that have dropped a lot of accuracy, like Hitkill there, dropping that massive combo that you've really got to look towards, because they're going to be the ones dropping the big scores. You know, they're heavily relying on their combos, and when they don't pull through, it really can hurt your score. Fancy Lad does drop as well. He didn't have the best accuracy going, so a bit of a reset for them. Still, though, Microwave Lobster still hold the combo advantage because of Matthew's recovery and that additional break from Leva Russian, so still need to find a way back into this.
Problem for PEKORA lovers, though, is that Matthew has a much better supporting combo than either Leva Russian or Hitkill right now. And so, despite the fact, these full combos are a little bit higher combo than either Reedcat or Malashevsky's reverse chokes are, but that extra combo isn't going to do too much. Very good accuracy on Red Pixel, of course, for PEKORA lovers. That break from Malashevsky, though, is massive for PEKORA lovers. Microwave Lobster now losing control of that score advantage as the full combos hold steady for PEKORA lovers. Only Reedcat on the reverse choke right now with big combo for Microwave Lobster. Matthew is on a good recovered combo, but Fancy Lad can be matched by either Hitkill or Leva Russian's combo. And at this point, I think it's pretty safe to call this one for PEKORA lovers going into the very last stream of the map, and Gamer and Red Pixel both hit it just fine, finish it out with the full combos. And again, a win on a speed pick for PEKORA lovers, but by a bit closer of a margin than I think they would have liked. Only 160,000 score up on that one. Red Pixel with the 7-100, 150 full combo on that map, doing a lot of the carry work alongside Gamer with the 98% full combo for them.
Yeah, shoutouts to Reedcat as well for Microwave Lobster, was holding really, really good accuracy, especially for someone who's not really known as a raw speed mechanics player. Has done very well on that map. Pretty much top scoring his team, despite not being, I guess, the most expected player to pull that sort of thing off. So very almost unlucky for Microwave Lobster, as they, to be fair, they were holding that score margin for quite a long time, but then it just slipped away as the full combos started to drop. But so far, it's standard procedure. PEKORA lovers kind of just sort of speed abusing Microwave Lobster at the moment. So it's up to Microwave Lobster to try and abuse them on a different skill set. Maybe in mod 3. I don't know if we'll see that quite so early on.
Depends on what this next pick is from Microwave Lobster. I'm kind of looking towards something like the Hidden 3. I think their roster on a map like that is just absolutely disgusting. Players like Bartek, Malashevsky, Intercamping, Badu, I'm a Fancy Lad, all can go in for that map and just crush it. Hidden 1, though, very, very similar story, right? You're going to have a lot of really good Hidden AIM players go in for this map, and I think just do very, very well on it. I expect to see players like Badu, like I'm a Fancy Lad, like Malashevsky all go in for this map, and I think you can kind of see Intercamping or Bartek come in as the last player, all of them really, really strong on maps like this. I'd be surprised to see Matthew stay in for this. He's a very, very good player, but not necessarily known for Hidden, and I think when you have a lot of other really, really good Hidden players in general on this team, it doesn't make as much sense to leave him in, but we'll still be able to get a good score if he is needed to fill on this pick. Question for me is, what is the roster for PEKORA lovers? I think Red Pixel definitely a solid choice to leave in for this. I would be surprised to not see Musty come in for this map, not necessarily known as an AIM player, but certainly a better Hidden player than a lot of other people on PEKORA lovers. And there he is. Liberussian and Gamer also staying in for this, I think makes a lot of sense. Those are kind of the two all-rounders for this team, and players who you are likely to see stay in on a wide variety of picks, even if it's not necessarily what they're best at.
Yeah, having the all-rounder highest skill caps means that the one thing you can say is you're more likely to get less variety in scores. You know, they are all-rounders for a reason. Very consistent, always is able to push for high scores on these sorts of maps. So they really become a backbone of teams like this. Whereas you look at Microwave Lobster, all of them, they're so skilled that you tend to see, because they, in their own rights, they could all be considered all-rounders. So you tend to get a bit more variety in who goes in for what map, mainly based on who's performing well that day. So it's an interesting team dynamics for both teams for different reasons. Looks like they've got Arnold, but they don't want him.
They found him, but they don't actually want him. Yeah, he's just leaving the lobby now. But at least we know he's here. He is alive. He is awake. Not necessarily playing this match, but we'll see when he chooses to come in, or when his team chooses to have him come in for a next map. But yeah, this is a very good roster for Microwave Lobster. I think subbing Matthew out for any of these four players is probably a good idea from their side. And you're going to have 4 hidden mains come in for this map and do very well on it with this pick. Unfortunately, for the side of PEKORA lovers, you can kind of already see not very comfortable with this map, aside from Musty, who is on that 99%, but the rest of the lobby for them just already having broken and not really having the best of times on this pick. So, it's been a little bit of a matter of course, unfortunately, for PEKORA lovers here.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a bit of a lifeline in the fact that Bartek and Fancy Lad have both found breaks already, but with Musty finding the last full combo going for PEKORA lovers, Red Pixel's the only one with any form of combo who is just getting matched by Fancy Lad at this point. So PEKORA lovers, they're going to need to see a complete team fail or team break from Microwave Lobster here to have any chance, even when it's only been about a third of the map.
Well, how's the weather over by you, Demarsh? I'm currently sitting here. It is what temperature is it? It is 28 Celsius outside right now. Already at 11:30 in the morning. It is only going to get hotter throughout the day, so I plan on either staying inside or maybe going over to the pool or the beach later, as one does in Florida. How about you?
Well, it's 30 degrees Celsius here, so I'm kind of just sitting here not feeling temperature at all, to be honest. It's neither hot nor cold. It's, if anything, it's neutral weather.
You said 13 is neutral over there? Okay.
Yeah, it is during the summer. During
Those are
the winter,
cold summers you got over there, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Microwave Lobster is enjoying the weather where they are. Clearly feeling comfortable on the map. They've still got 2 full combos on Malashevsky and Badu. I'm just gonna watch them full combo the map, I suppose. I mean, this map is already over. Said and done. They have more than double the score of PEKORA lovers. And as I said, unfortunately for PEKORA lovers, kind of a matter of course on this pick that they just lose it, and that's all there is to it. Pick your poison for them between the hidden 1 and the hidden 2, right? So, Malashevsky and Badu just going to continue to do their thing on this map. Malashevsky with ever so slightly better act than Badu, and so winning the 1v1 on their team for top score right now. The classic ending stream. The classic ending stream kills Badu's combo, but Malashevsky able to hit it 8 100s on the full combo for him. 99.46% AC. Badu basically with the full combo, just not quite able to finish it out with the last stream at the end of the map. 970k for him, however. Both of them very close to that 1v4 mark, and even then, you know, Bartek and Fancy still way better scores than anybody on PEKORA lovers. So, solid pick for Microwave Lobster, and that's kind of why I said I expect them to pick into, you know, the hiddens and the tech maps and the alt maps in this pool, because they're quite good at them. Yeah, they're quite good at these maps.
So is this just a double DT4 ban and a hidden 3 ban?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how this goes. Just DT4 hidden 3, and don't let them play hidden is the objective for PEKORA lovers.
Which is a shame, because I quite like hidden 3.
Well, unfortunately, PEKORA lovers does not. Also, while we're on the map full screen here, we may as well get it fixed here. That hidden 1 was actually a pick for the red team and not the blue team. And Fremont 3 has not been picked. I don't know how that got highlighted, but client doing client things, and we'll get it sorted for you guys. From here, though, yeah, I would be very surprised to not see the hidden 3 banned from PEKORA lovers. Like, very, very, very surprised to not see that banned. If they don't ban it, I could see them banning, like, Fremont 1, maybe, or Fremont 2. But, like, okay,
of course,
there's been Nomad 3? What? Alright. Well,
yeah. It's been one of those weeks.
Understandable. Well, they don't want to play alt. They don't want to play the alt map in Nomad. I do think that gives a pretty solid clue over to Microwave Lobster of, oh, they just banned the alt map in Nomad. Let's just pick Hidden 3 and Hard Rock 3 and Nomad 6 and be done with this match. Because you can realistically just pick those 3 maps in order and be pretty confident you're going to be able to win them. For the side of PEKORA lovers, as we've already seen, their first 2 picks were fairly close. Microwave Lobster still able to contest them on these speed maps. And so, really going to look for these DT1 picks and probably things like the Nomad 1 and Hard Rock 1, if I had to guess, as their last picks to go as well as possible for this team. We'll see how well they're able to convert on this one, though. Relatively bursty double time 1 in comparison to last weekend, 172 BPM before DT, so 258 after double time. And ever so slightly less than AR 10.3. I believe it's AR 10.266666 repeating. So AR 10.27 or so. Rounds up to 10.3.
And I'm surprised you haven't. I feel like PEKORA levels will go no mod 2.
Well, usually I would say that in a quarterfinals pool, but this No Mod 2 is very much not a stamina map, at least for these players, right? Like, there's a certain level of BPM and stream length that needs to be achieved for a map to be a stamina map for a lot of top players, and this map just ain't it. This is more of a stream aim test and a space stream test in No Mod 2 this weekend than it is a stamina map test for a lot of players. In fact, the BPM actually went down this weekend. I think largely due to the double time 4 that we have, which really does focus in a lot on a lot of the longer streams and finger control at 236 BPM rather than being, one of those aim control, finger control hybrid picks that you see very often in DT4 nowadays, or a slider tech DT4, which is also pretty common. And the fact that this DT1 is fairly bursty in comparison to your typical DT1. So I think No Mod 2 going down in BPM, focusing more on the flow aim in response to those changes to the double time pool this weekend, which does also make it a bit less of a solid pick for teams like the PEKORA lovers who rely on those speed and stream maps to get their points against higher seeded teams. But for now, we're into this DT1, and hopefully they'll be able to convert on this pick. Like I said, ever so slightly lower approach rate, probably not noticeable for most players. If you play high approach rate all the time, you might be able to notice the slightly lower approach rate, which could be a factor as to the comfort level for some of these players on the side of PEKORA lovers. No early breaks for anybody at the start of this map. Looks like everybody's still holding on to the full combos, and pretty solid rosters for both of these teams as well. Live Russian and Gamer in once again for PEKORA lovers, Tichy and Red Pixel to round it out on this map, up against Bartek, Malachevsky, Arnold, and Mathy. Arnold making his first appearance on this map, and Bartek once again missing on aim, ever so common for speed players.
Yeah, so we see a bit of an uneven trade-up as Red Pixel finds that break. So the Lee is still with Microwave Lobster here, but showing great comfort as Red Pixel finds another break. Needs to rally, comes back together for his team. They're still holding on to 3 FCs. Bartek does find another break though. That's good for PEKORA lovers. If Red Pixel can hold, should start to drag some of that score back towards their side. All the full combos need to hold, and there goes Gamer. He breaks the deadlock. It's 3 full combos for Microwave Lobster here. Big breaks from Arnold and Lever Russian. They trade up, but it's not an even trade up. Like I said, 2 full combos to 1. Tichy versus Mathy and Mrozeski. So we are looking towards the last quarter of this map. It's still very much... Oh no, there was a break from Mathy. I completely missed it. Full combo dropped for Microwave Lobsters. And now there's a fairly decent window of opportunity. Red Pixel's recovery has been quite nice here. There goes Mathy. Again, Lever Russian though finding a break. That's going to slow down this pullback. It's all on Malachevsky now to hold this full combo. There goes Arnold, another combo. Bartek still has that supporting combo though, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's very close. They're just managing to edge this out. There's not a lot of time. Can it go over? No, it cannot. That is 7k.
Just like tragic, man, for the team who had a 4-way full combo on double time 1 last weekend. PEKORA lovers just not quite able to convert on this pick by the slimmest of margins, and that's how it's been for all of their picks, right? It has been close on all of these speed maps for PEKORA lovers. There has not been a map where you can really say, yeah, they had a very dominant showing on this pick. The biggest margin of victory they had was 237,000 score so far, which is a very small margin of victory. And unfortunately, Microwave Lobster's well-rounded roster more than able to contest them on these speed picks and on DT1. When you start mixing in that aim skill set as well, it becomes a little bit too much for PEKORA lovers, whether it's the scaling, whether it's the nerves on this pool against a better team for the first time. It is still a tough map for them to win, and they are unable to convert on it this time around, despite the dominance they've had in previous weekends on this double time pool. So now for them, it really comes down to whether or not they can take the break point on a pick from Microwave Lobster in any of the other maps on this pool. Things like the Nomad 6 if they end up going for it. Things like, as you mentioned, the Nomad 2 if their flow aim is up to snuff on that map. Maybe they can take a break point there. If their Hard Rock players are very solid, maybe they can take a break point on this Hard Rock 3 Conflict, now the next pick for Microwave Lobster. And this map definitely something that I think Microwave Lobster has a fairly good chance of winning, but something which in the Hard Rock pool in general, I think PEKORA lovers are pretty happy to see get picked compared to the other maps that they could have chosen, like Hidden 3, for example, which I think Microwave Lobster will probably save for their last pick, guarantee themselves a point on it to close it out when they are at match point. So I kind of expect that Hidden 3 to stay unpicked until Microwave Lobster has 5 points on the board. As for PEKORA lovers, though, on this pick, I mean, Hard Rock is actually a fairly good modification for them. They have players like Hifkill on their roster, who are typically very good Hard Rock players. They have players like Maniwa and Tichi, who are both very, very solid on this alt-style Hard Rock, and were their two top scorers on the alt-style CS 6.5 Hard Rock in qualifiers. Of course, players like Leverussian and Gamer are going to be staying in as the all-rounders for this roster, but definitely a map that I think, it being a Hard Rock pick, they are happier to see get picked than a lot of the other choices that Microwave Lobster has. That said, this roster for Microwave Lobster on alt Hard Rock is ridiculous. Bidou alt Hard Rock, Fancy Lad alt Hard Rock, Reedcat alt Hard Rock are all just absolutely insane players on this type of skill set. And Malashevsky is Malashevsky. He's a Polish Vaxe, so going to be fine on just about any map you put him in for. Very, very solid all-around player, and I expect to see Malashevsky once again be one of the best players in this tournament overall.
Yeah, this is looking to be a very solid pick already, as you see Gamer and Red Pixel find those breaks in this, I want to say, relatively short map. As they just struggle along a little bit more. Leverussian is going to join them, dropping that full combo. So they're already down 3 full combos, whereas Microwave Lobster just continue to storm ahead with all 4 of theirs. And approaching almost the halfway point of this map. Hasn't been any change on the side of Microwave Lobster. And they have nearly doubled the score of PEKORA lovers, who still only have 1 FC remaining.
Yeah, this is the trouble, though, for PEKORA lovers on these types of picks, is even when it's a mod that they're generally going to be a little bit more comfortable with than some of the other modifications like hidden in this pool, these members from Microwave Lobster, man, are just so insane on this type of map, on these alti aim control style picks, which so frequently find themselves in tournament map pools, that it becomes hard to see a path to victory against these 4 players in particular. Just absolutely crushing the map. The lowest AC FC is from Bidou right now, but still above that 97% mark. Only Leverussian able to match the AC, and only Maniwa able to match the combo coming out of the members of Microwave Lobster right now. It is just a complete wipe for this team at the moment. Looking to complete the 4-way full combo on this map, man. Still going strong with all 4 players holding, going right into the ending here. Malashevsky, the only player to drop on the very last stream, but that is going to be 4 mil for Microwave Lobster on Hard Rock 3. Every single member scoring over 1 million on that pick. And it may as well be the 4-way full combo. Unfortunate choke there at the end for Malashevsky, but everybody else holding on to that FC Fancy Lad with the perfect full combo as well.
Yeah, I think we can almost say that is a that was probably a pretty good pick for Microwave Lobster, I think. You know, just a feeling I've got that maybe that was just enough of what they needed to get them over the line. But yeah, it's understandable. Very strong performance from Microwave Lobster. I mean, 4 FCs on anything is ridiculous, especially as we're beginning, and I only mean beginning, to start push the higher skill caps. So the fact that they are still pulling in 4-ways on any map shows that they've not run out of steam yet. And PEKORA lovers now with being down on the breakpoint really can't afford any more breakpoints if they can afford it.
Well, they're going to be going with the Nomad 2, like you called, Demarsh. It's going to be the stream map in Nomad for them, and despite the fact that this is, only 192 BPM, not a very fast map at all for Nomad 2, very much focused on the flow aim and the stream aim for this pick with really, really high spacing all throughout this map. This is kind of the Knowledge King special here, with a little bit of downtime into big streams, into a little bit more downtime, and then more big streams at the end of the map. So if you have ever played Space Stream Farm before, you know exactly what you're getting into in this type of pick.
So yeah, like you said, very short map, 192 BPM. Even though it is very technical, I'm still expecting decent score because it's not a very lengthy map. I'm expecting some very surprise. Once these surprising breaks happen, and they could come from either team, that those will probably be the deciding breaks. I feel like a lot of these players will be very comfortable on this sort of thing. I'm expecting a lot of high scores, so I think unless one of these teams just has an absolutely awful run of this map, I think the first team to probably have 1 or maybe 2 breaks will probably be the loser on this one. That's going to be my prediction for this map. Gonna throw it out there.
Gonna have to agree with you on that one. We'll see if PEKORA lovers are able to deliver on this kind of pick. We've got very solid players in for this one. Again, Labor Russian and Gamer are going to be staying in for this one. 2 mainstays for PEKORA lovers, with Hitkill and Red Pixel joining up as the remaining 2 members to fill in. Reedcat, Matthew, Arnold, and Malashevsky going to be coming in for this one for Microwave Lobster, the stream roster for them. We're going to be finally getting into this one. Very short map, this one. Only 2 minutes long, and so any breaks really do heavily impact the scores coming out of the players. Even early misses can be impactful in this map. With that said, a couple early breaks for Red Pixel in the first stream section. Going to be the only breaks that we see out of anyone at the moment.
Yeah, it shouldn't affect things massively because it was so early on. It was almost like a warm-up of things to come. But there's Hitkill, and that's the 2nd break for PEKORA lovers. And the 3rd break for PEKORA lovers in Gamer right before we actually hit the stream sections of the map. So 3 breaks down. They're going to need for something to go wrong on Microwave Lobster, and they've dropped everything. No full combos left on PEKORA lovers. This is not looking like a good pick at all.
Yeah, unfortunately not working out the way they would have intended it to. Red Pixel with the reverse choke. The only player really to be comfortable on this map for PEKORA lovers after the introduction. Hifkel as well with good accuracy on a good recovered combo, but this 4-way full combo once again for Microwave Lobster really showing off here why they are the #1 seed out of qualifiers. I mean, even Arnold, who does have that poor accuracy right now, with 96.7% or so, still holding on to the FC. And unfortunately, with that break from Red Pixel, going to be completely over on this map. Reedcat going to drop one of the FCs from Microwave Lobster, but with Matthew Malashevsky and Hatsune Miku all holding on to the combos from Microwave Lobster, it is going to be a win by over 1 million team score for them. 3.6 million to top it off on Nomad 2. And at this point, Demarsh, you got any guesses as to the next pick for Microwave Lobster? Because I got a pretty good guess as to the
Nomad
next
1.
pick. Nomad 1?
Nomad 1.
What?
Nomad 1.
Nomad 1?
Do
All
it.
right.
You won't.
Do it for the people.
Do it. You won't. Ugh. No, go on.
They probably won't. You're right. They won't do it.
What are they going to pick instead?
I think they're going to pick Hidden 3. Look at that. Look at their alt roster. Look at their alt roster and their hidden rosters. They just demolished them. They just demolished them.
Nah, they won't. There's no way. There's no way they're picking Sebe at this point. It's too risky.
It's too risky.
It's too risky.
The nerves are going to get them.
It will. It will trip them up.
Unfortunately for PEKORA lovers, kind of running out of picks here in this map pool against this team. Good wins for them on Nomad 5 and Double Time 2, and I think correctly picking the Double Time 1 and the Nomad 2 afterwards, going for as much of the speed and streams as they can in this map pool. But with very well-placed bans from Microwave Lobster on DT3 and Double Time 4, just not able to find enough picks into that type of stuff. And we talked about it before, how well-rounded this roster is for Microwave Lobster, still being able to edge out wins on Double Time 1 by 7k. A very, very close map, a very competitive map from PEKORA lovers, but just not able to convert on it. And able to edge out that win, well, not, I say edge out, able to win by an incredibly wide margin on their next pick of Nomad 2. And still keeping those very high margins of victory on all of their own picks so far. I'm going to say including Sebe, as this map, very, very difficult low aim and aim control test in him. A lot of really, really tricky overlapping streams in this map as well that just see massive spacing buffs towards the end of the map.
I'm telling you, it's a mistake. I'm not sure this is their map.
Oh?
I know they've got the perfect alt roster, but part of me just thinks...
Sure.
Yeah. Just could all go wrong. You know, it could all go wrong on the day. It's not going to, but you know.
There's a difference between could and will go wrong on the day, that's for sure. And I don't know about will. It certainly could. Anything could go wrong on the day. But a very unlikely story for Microwave Lobster here, who have shown... they've shown up. They've shown exactly why they were the #1 seed. Only losing by very close margins a couple of early speed picks to PEKORA lovers, who are, to their credit, one of the best speed teams in the tournament, right? Very well-placed bans, good preparation from Microwave Lobster is all it takes, however, to diffuse the rest of the lineup and make it so that they are able to create this type of score advantage. And unfortunately for PEKORA lovers, I think we're going to see a similar outcome on this map as we did on Hidden 1. For a close match's sake, we'll pray that PEKORA lovers are able to win this pick. We got Liver Russian, Gamer, Musty, and Red Pixel in, I believe, identical roster to that Hidden 1 that we saw earlier. You see, nope, only Bancho misses at the start here. Everybody else just holding on to the combo, which is good to see from PEKORA lovers here. This intro section, excuse me, certainly the easiest part of this map. So Liver Russian having a little bit of trouble with the start here, not looking incredible for the rest of the map. Largely on, I think, the rest of the roster at this point to hold on to those full combos for PEKORA lovers, given how difficult the rest of this map gets going into the back half.
Yeah, they have had the one break from Arnold though, so and it's definitely not over yet. But we'll see what happens when the map really spikes up in difficulty. Should be right about now.
Actually already a very good team score for PEKORA lovers. We've seen a lot of teams struggle with that intro section and not be able to combo through the wiggle section here. 2 breaks for both teams, Badu and Fancy Lad, Liver Russian and Musty both breaking on the wiggles there. And now we get into the ending here. Red Pixel the first to drop on the higher spacing wiggles here near the end of the map. Arnold did break the intro, actually. I didn't see him drop the combo early on. But unfortunately, Bartek still holding this full combo for Microwave Lobster. And despite Gamer just absolutely popping off, just destroying this map, with Arnold still holding that combo through the ending, it's not going to be nearly enough. 400,000 score difference for Microwave Lobster to close it out on Hidden 3.
No, but you got to give it credit to PEKORA lovers there. That was a very good attempt on Hidden 3. We're still 400k difference, but to be honest, they could have quite easily flipped that had Lever Russian had a bit of a better day at the office. Definitely kind of struggled on that. And that's the thing, even at the quarterfinal stage, PEKORA lovers, they could only do so much to damage Microwave Lobster. They only had that one skill set that could outperform Microwave Lobster. And don't take that away from PEKORA lovers. They are a very strong team, but they're just they can't compete with the roster of Microwave Lobster as they advance to the semi-finals.